Previously in sampling technique, we have go through on the first type of sampling called probability sampling. So in this video, we will focus on the second type of sampling called non-probability sampling. So non-probability sampling is widely used by the researcher in the real world because it is cost-effective and easy to implement. Other than that, non-probability sampling is used because we cannot get an access to list of individuals in our population. So it means that we cannot get the sampling free. So there is 4 types of non-probability sampling, which is the first one is convenient sampling. In convenient sampling, the researcher includes the individuals who happen to be the most accessible to the researcher as their sample, such as when a lecturer distributes a questionnaire to their students in his class. So convenient sampling is commonly used for exploratory research and to test the pilot questionnaire. So convenient sampling is least expensive and least time consuming because all the respondents and the sample is within the accessibility of the researcher. So the second type of non-probability sampling called quota sampling. So in quota sampling, the researcher divide the population into strata or groups, where each strata or group has their own characteristics. So quota sampling is more or likely the same as stratified sampling. However, in quota sampling, we don't need the sampling frame. For example, the researcher set a quota of 30% of their respondents should came from rural area, 20% from suburban area, and the remaining from the urban area. So the third types of non-probability sampling is called judgmental or purposive sampling. In judgmental or purposive sampling, researchers choose only those people who seems fit to their research study. So when we choose what we want to choose, it means that the sample guaranteed will meet the specific objective. This shows that it involves the high amount of bias. So the last type of non-probability sampling is called snowball sampling. Sampling is used when the sample size is small and not easy to locate. So the sample will be based on the recommendation of subject to form an adequate sample. So in snowball sampling, we must begin by identifying a small number of individuals, or at least ones, who met the criteria for inclusion in a study. We then ask them to recommend others they know who also met the selection criteria. So snowball sampling is the best when we want to study a rare cases. For example, we want to study on the drug addict around Selangor area, where it is not easy to locate that individual at random at public. Imagine you are rolling a snowball down the hill. As the snowball approaches the bottom, the size of the snowball getting bigger and bigger, so as our sample. So as a summary, for the fourth step, which is sampling technique, for the non-probability sampling, the best would be the convenient sampling because it is more easy to collect and more cost effective.